So I've done it again. I've bought another boat from AliBaba. This time it's a roll-up dinghy with an inflatable V hull. And the reason for this is that although the rib is great, for some circumstances it might be nice just to have a boat that I can roll up, put in the back of the car without having to worry about hitching up a trailer and all the other stuff that comes with that. I've gone for the same colour scheme. I haven't opened the box yet. I don't know really what's inside, but it took about 2 months to come from the point of ordering, and I'll go through the whole ordering process on this as well and try and go through the import duty and all the rest of it, because I know that that was something people were keen to hear about on the rib. And then in a couple of weeks time I'm going to take it to Loch Ness and do some trials there with it. I've got an engine ready for it, so I'll take some video there and we'll see how it does. So firstly, let's get the box open and see what's inside. Right at the top here, we've got the aluminium floor. Looks like the boat comes in quite a nice carry bag. Seat. Manual foot pump. Some oars. We've got a puncture repair kit. Got the boat itself in its bag, which it will probably never go back into. We've got some rails of some kind. It must be. And then finally, quite handy, they've given us a little bit of spare PVC, but it's actually a different colour to the boat I've got, so it's probably not going to be much good. So there's no instructions with the boat, so we're just going to have to figure it out. I think probably what we'll do is get it out of the bag, put a little bit of air in it, not much, and then we'll try and insert the floor and then pump it up the rest. It comes with a foot pump, but that will take forever. So I have got a electric pump, which I'm going to use to do this. I've got this little Ryobi pump and I've just taped the adapter onto the end there. It's not perfect, but it does the job. What it doesn't do is get the boat pumped up to quite as hard as you want it to be, so you probably want to use the foot pump to finish off with. 3 chambers as well, which is quite nice. It's got a bit of shape in it now, so I think what we'll do now is we'll try and put some of that floor in here while it's still soft enough to push apart, and then we'll put some more air in once we've got the floor slotted in. I'm just going to talk through a couple of the points that we've noticed so far, which are all really good things. This front board here is a non-slip material. At the back here, we've got a fuel tank mounting point with a strap. So another cool thing is this bung here is on a sort of sliding system, so you can close and open it just from the helm. Now I need to try and figure out how to get these floor pieces to all click together and sit within the boat. So we've had to look up how to do this online because we just weren't really making any progress with it. Turns out, so you put in the bow first and then the stern, and then you put in the 2 middle sections, push them down, and then it should push everything sort of tight into the bow and stern, and then you put the stringers in at the end. So we're going to give that a go now. So here we are, we've got this bit here. So now if we just push down on that, we should then be in. Just stay clear of that. Okay. It's tight. So we're going to put an oar underneath to try and give us a sort of flat surface to put the stringer into, then clip that in from one side. So it's all together. I can't tell you that much about it just yet because, of course, we haven't taken it out of the water, but that is what Loch Ness is for, and that is coming in a couple of weeks' time. So far, the thing feels really well made. The PVC is thick, it's really thick and heavy. The aluminium floor, which once you know what you're doing with it, goes together really, really nicely. The other thing with the floor is that all of the edges are really nice and smooth. There's no sharp edges or anything. It doesn't feel cheap or rushed. It feels really good. It's rated to 20 horsepower, but the engine I've got for it is a 15, which is a bit of a shame. Rated to 5 people, 580 kilos, total outboard luggage and people combined. And finally, category is C apparently, which means that it should be good for sort of coastal and inland waters. Just realised we hadn't put the seats in, and that is what this here is for. Nice thing about this is that on the dinghies that I've had in the past, the seats have had fixed positions and it just sort of slots into a sort of seatbelt thing. Two downsides to that. One is that you normally forget to do it until you've inflated the boat, and then you have to let the boat down again in order to put the seat on. But on this one, you can actually do it when the boat is inflated. The other nice thing about it is that these seats will slide backwards and forwards. So for trimming the boat for weight, if you're on your own, for example, you've got the fuel back there, you may want to be sitting sort of more midships position. That's going to really help with that. And then also if you've got passengers on, you can also shift it around. So I really like that design. So now for the bit that everyone wants to know, how much did it cost? So once you've made your choices on options, so in my case I just went for the aluminium floor rather than the inflatable floor, but other than that I didn't go for any other options. But there are some other bits available like launching wheels, that kind of thing, and the total price for the boat was $520. I then paid a 30% deposit through AliBaba, and then I got an invoice from the seller. The invoice looked like this. The seller then kept me updated with progress as the boat was built, and actually they sent me some videos of it being built as well, which I quite liked. And after a few weeks, the boat build was complete. They boxed it up and they sent me this shipping note, and the balance was payable at that point, and then they released the boat to the shippers. You'll notice on there that you can see the name of the ship, so it's quite nice being able to track that on Vessel Finder or Marine Traffic, something like that. When it got to about a week out from delivery, I was contacted by Dayguard Logistics, who provided me with an expected delivery date. And they also offered to handle the customs clearance for me for a fee of £100. So here's a breakdown of the total cost. So the boat itself, $520 or £400 approximately. And the processing fees for Dayguard Logistics at £100, import VAT at £116.44, and then the arrival fees of £115.93 gives a total cost for the boat of £732.37.